Hi fantasy managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this FPL video, I am going to go through the players that are on my watch list for game week 30. So if you enjoy these sort of videos, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And in the meantime, let's take a look. To understand the players that are on my watch list for game week 30, I'm going to take you back to my side before the game week 29 deadline. This was how it was. I wildcarded in game week 26. I was bench boosting in 29, so I wanted as many double game week players as I could get. Up until this point, I'd taken no hits all season. I ended up taking my first hit, and I took, in fact, an 8-point hit. So I'd made 4 transfers. And so far, I think it's worked out pretty well. I ended up taking the likes of Saka and Odegaard, Zinchenko, basically the whole Arsenal contingent out. I am going to free hit in 32. So I felt like with the fixtures coming up, I could get away with doing that. They would come in for the free hit in 32. But it was a gamble at home to Leeds. So far, they lost a clean sheet. Saka didn't play at all. Odegaard picked up an assist, but I'll take that. And the other player to come out was Harry Kane. Isaac came in, so I'm actually sat with every player has a double game week. Ward obviously not in favour at Leicester at the moment, so he isn't playing, but it's worked out pretty well. It gave me a lot of money in the bank, and the intention was always to go to Haaland for game week 30, but things possibly would have changed a little bit given his status at the moment and whether he plays in 30. So that's the way the side is setting up so far. In this game week, we're looking at a decent side. This was how it was set up. I tended to put the players that I would normally stick on the bench just as a realistic idea as to how much that bench boost would have got. And halfway through the game week, this is what we're looking at. Raya, wow, even though he conceded 3 goals, the amount of saves he made in that game still gives him 6 points. I'm thrilled with that. Tony got a 9-pointer as well. Watkins away at Chelsea. All players that I would not have expected to get much in terms of Brighton away, Chelsea away, getting points. I've gone for the captaincy on McAllister. At the moment, that looks like a reasonable call as well. He's still got Bournemouth away. Matoma got the 7 points as well. That was great. And Fernandes and Rashford, they have still got Brentford to come, so I'm hopeful for that. Isaac as well, hopefully away at West Ham. So it's looking pretty good so far. I've had a green arrow, 71 points, moved up about 100k, and with all these game players still to go, you know what? It's looking pretty good. So how would this side set up then in game week 30 with 1 transfer to make? Got a captaincy and a McAllister. I just don't think that will happen. I could shift this around a bit, but I think in essence the side's not that bad. I don't particularly feel like I need to make any changes. I can definitely get 11 out, and I'm pretty happy with some of the fixtures that they've got. My midfield looks pretty settled. I don't really have much flexibility in terms of who I want to move out. Maddison's got a great fixture. Brighton have got doubles coming up, and I can still see them scoring away at Tottenham. Rashford and Fernandes with doubles, decent fixture at home to Everton as well. So that whole midfield sort of quintet is looking pretty good. Isaac, he looks fine as well. He's in good form. Possibly do I need to have 2 Newcastle defenders? Maybe not. And I don't really like the idea that I've now got Raya and me at the back. So those are players that I could move off of. So I could potentially just leave this, roll a transfer. But the one thing I think that just worries me more than anything is Haaland. 12 million. People have shifted him out after the last game. Still, his price hasn't changed. I was hoping it would come down. Away at Southampton, at home to Leicester, looks 2 really good fixtures. If he's fit, I could almost, if his ownership wasn't so high, I think I'd almost be tempted not to play him. But he just could cause me so much damage by not having him. He blanks in 32, that doesn't matter. And also then he has that double against Fulham and West Ham. With those stats, I don't need to go through them with you. I just don't know if I could do without him. So straightforward move from Tony to Haaland looks realistically going to be the move. Elsewhere, I wouldn't mind looking at Jack Grealish. 6.8, he looks really good. He has played quite a few fixtures in the last few games. He plays like something like 7 or 8 on the trot. Goal and assist, it feels like it's just a bit of a knee-jerk reaction just having him straight in after that. But XGI looks decent. Any Man City player that's been playing regularly, if I can almost guarantee a slot in the Man City midfield, then I'm going to want to be on him, especially when that doubles up in the future and the blank game week doesn't matter to me. So Grealish is definitely an option. But like I've said already, I do have that midfield pretty much covered. Other players I could bring in, if I want to defend them, take me out. John Stones at the moment looks like the one for me. He's played 15 straight games for Man City starting wise. 5.4, decent price, and a 16 doesn't offer much of a goal threat, maybe some set pieces. But if I want a Man City defender, and I really do with those fixtures coming up and that double, then John Stones looks like the best available choice. Akanji has played a few fixtures as well. He's similar price. I think for me at the moment, just John Stones looks slightly more nailed. And he does offer a little bit more of a goal threat than Akanji. I had Akanji before, a bit more versatile maybe, but I think John Stones would have to be the one I'd go for. In terms of then how the side was set up, the other players I could look at, Liverpool have got doubles coming up in the future. But given that they've got Arsenal at home this weekend coming up in game week 30, I just don't feel it's the right time to bring him in. Assets from there, possibly look at that in the next watch list, but maybe Gakpo, definitely Salah. But how do you get from Salah with this side? If Haaland was in it, I can't afford to go from him, even if I took the likes of Maddison out, and I don't want to get rid of Fernandes when he's got doubles coming up as well. So Salah would definitely be the option. But I don't see where I'm going to save that money from in order to get to him. Fulham have quite a difficult double as well. And there's not many other assets with Mitrovic out that I would go for. Pereira, I could go to Pereira. I could save money from maybe a Maddison to Pereira. And then I could move to Salah. But who am I going to take out for Salah? That's the problem. I don't want to lose those Man United assets. I don't want to lose those Brighton assets. And all the teams at double and 34, I'm pretty well stuck up on Man United, Brighton, all look strong. So those are my transfer plans for game week 29 going into game week 30. That's it for this one then. Let me know in the comments below, what are your transfer plans for game week 30 and what do you think of my watch list? Are there any players that I've missed that you think I should be considering? In the meantime, we'll come back at you with a team selection before the deadline, so make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with the latest content, and I shall speak to you soon.